Hello Biswajeet, welcome to Zenonco.io and Love Heals Cancer. We are here to share your journey with other people who are going through the similar journey, being a cancer patient and cancer survivor. So you can start sharing your journey.
Thank you, Nimisa, for having me here. So basically, we started our journey like at the very beginning, since it was my own father who fought this. So what happened, like at the very beginning, since he was feeling very weak and all those things, like and getting fever, like that fever was not such that the thermometer not used to like read the temperature. So from internally he used to feel like, okay, I'm having some fever, but whenever he used to take the temperature, but we didn't see any temperature. So we visited doctor and doctor also told us just measure. So internally he used to feel, but there was no sign of high temperature while checking. So like that, the medicine was given as by the like general physician, since there was no symptoms. High fever was not there, so normal weakness, and internally he was feeling there is some fever kind of thing. Then after like 1 month of such type of treatment, we started seeing the symptoms of fever. Then we told the physician like that we are getting high fever, means high temperature, like around 101, 100. Then then he started giving the medicine of like fever, weakness. Then he suggested for various type of diagnosis like ECG, like all those things. All those things went in vain. So again, but as the day was passing, the temperature was increasing. Like then from 101, it went to high 102. Then we changed doctor. Then we shifted to another doctor. Then the real diagnosis started. Then we just requested the doctor, we just want to know why the fever is coming. Then he went through each and everything, whatever possible. Then at last he said us that I need to do biopsy. Then he went for biopsy, and then he found that it's a like cancer disease, and it is NHL, non-Hodgkin. Then he said like it is in. Then he didn't say like it is in which stage we are in. So again we became very curious, like at which stage we are in now. Then how should we proceed? Then we moved to one of the hospital in Calcutta. That is, should I name the hospital also?
You can.
Yeah, it was Parkview Super Specialty Hospital. Then we moved over there. Then again they like they retest the findings, the earlier findings of NHL. Then they declared, and they went through like various tests, and they declared that we are in stage 4, and that stage 4 is like not NHL, and which is stage 4, and that is variant was aggressive variant, what the doctor mentioned, and that variant was B variant, NHL. Then what happened? Then we sit with doctor, and then they mentioned like they said like since we are in stage 4B aggressive variant, which is, so it is the chances of curability, we cannot say like it will be 100% curable, but we'll try our best. Then they said like now you have to take decision. So you want to move on with us, or you want to switch to another hospital? Like since they're telling us like it is not 100% curable, so we started suspecting like whether the doctor are good or not. So then the doctor given us like every detailed picture of the scenario. He mentioned how it has spread through the whole body itself. Then we took the decision that okay, we'll go with the chemotherapy. Then they mentioned like if you are going for chemotherapy, then there is a chances of side effect. So since it has spread the whole body,
Mhm.
bone marrow was also affected in our case. Then, but again, the situation was do or die. So we took the decision for chemotherapy. So we went for chemotherapy. The first cycle was good. Since he was weak, so given normal antibiotic, and after that, first chemo was good. And again, so they decided the chemo cycle will go after every 22 days.
Okay.
First chemo, and then after chemotherapy, as it happens, like hair loss, hair fall, everything, all those
Mhm.
things happen. Weakness, too much weakness. Then father also started losing his confidence when he saw
Mm.
like that his hair has started falling. But in this whole scenario, till this first chemotherapy, even we didn't mention the word, that keyword, that Papa, you are having cancer. We haven't mentioned him.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, in till that journey also.
Mhm.
He knows that I am having some severe disease for which I am being getting treatment. But we haven't used that particular word, that cancer. You are having cancer.
Mm.
So he was also like very like, okay, I'm getting like now. Then he started earlier. He was, as I mentioned, he was getting high fever, high temperature.
Mm.
So after fast chemo, all those things was down. He was not having. He was not getting high temperature also. So he was quite happy. So and that time we also are happy. Like, okay, if he is happy, means he is getting obviously some good response.
Right.
Yeah. So then in between we saw like that blood. What is actually blood? Mm, that blood platelet counts. Though
Okay. Yeah.
those,
WBC.
yeah, WBC. Though that is
Mhm.
like it kept on varying too much.
Okay.
So we talked with doctor. Then they mentioned like, yeah, it will vary. So then we said, okay, even if it is varying, it's not an issue until and unless we are getting big symptoms. And my papa is okay. Then things went well. Then first chemo. Then after that, second chemo. Again, we went for second chemo. So the after chemotherapy, whatever normal, then second chemo was also good. Like it was taken
Mm.
as usual. Then again he was weakness. So slowly we are having things. And diet wise, like since he was very weak, so the doctor recommended for uh like high protein food. High protein food. So we take the suggestion of dietitian from that hospital.
Mm.
Then he said like, okay, for a protein food, like since Papa was non-vegetarian, so said you can go for like non-vegetarian, but not too much uh, like meat, all those things. But he suggested
Mm.
like we can go for boiled eggs, and in vegetables, dal
Mm.
rich means dal,
Mhm.
all those things. And again, again, and what we see like that mood swing was also there. So he was like he was not getting any taste of the food like most of the time after since the day when he started taking the chemo.
Mm.
So he was tasteless. So like looking for a tasty food always. Tasty food. So and then tasty food should not be it should not much contain of spicy also as per
Okay.
doctor recommendation.
Mhm.
So if the food is not spicy, then the
Mm.
food will not become tasty. So
Right.
in that case, like we had a big challenge over there. So somehow we maintained all those things.
Mm.
But after second chemo, what happened? After second chemo, when the third cycle was there, that third chemo.
Mhm.
So after the second chemo, again it should be given after 22 days. Okay.
Right.
So in before after second chemo, we again started seeing the earlier symptoms like he is getting
Oh, okay.
high
Okay.
temperature, continuously high temperature. Then we inform doctor like
Mm.
what is the situation that getting high temperature and sometimes getting diarrhea also, like indigestion problem also, all those things. Then again we said like why those things are happening. Then the doctor given some medicine like as per the current symptoms, like diarrhea is happening, indigestion is happening. So all those particular medicine are given. So then it became cured. He became cured from indigestion and diarrhea. Then that fever is coming. So in that and during that duration, we traveled like around 300 kilometers to our native places from Kolkata to this. So journey.
Where do you stay? Which is your native place?
Purulia, West Bengal. So, and the treatment was going on in Kolkata. So, since you took this journey, so in between you took this journey, but what will be the impact of this journey? It was not known to us that there will be some impact of this journey. Then we have asked the doctor also, like, can we travel? Because since the person means Papa was there in one place only, so he was kind of little bored. So we thought of traveling. So we did that, and then when we came back to our native place, Purulia, and when we as soon as we arrive again, we are getting means high temperature, too much. Then we informed, then he given us the paracetamol, normal medicine, fever medicine, it cured. Then again, when we went for the third cycle, then the doctor said like we have to go for another recheckup, which is PET CT.
Okay, yeah.
So we went for PET CT scan, and then doctor saw that there is whatever the earlier the spread was there in whole body, so it decreased. So he said it's a good sign that what we expected that it will cause some side effect or whatever. So, but we see, but then the doctor said, but we see some another wrong symptoms. That is in liver. That in liver we see some spot, some dark spot. But the doctor said, as per the, since it is a PET CT scan, so the doctor said, as per the PET CT scan, we see the previous body part is okay, but we see in liver some dark spot. Then he said we have to go for that diagnosis, like why there is some dark spot in liver. Then for that again liver biopsy, FNSC, so many tests, and kept on going. But the doctor are not able to, like, means biopsy was negative, FNSC was negative. Then the doctor came to a conclusion that it is TB. TB means a cancer patient is having TB now. So they started saying like that, and the temperature started coming like too much high. So they kept on giving antibiotic after antibiotic. So from that dark liver spot, what happened? They did not able to say, means the doctor couldn't say like, since the biopsy was failure, but why that dark spot? But what was the reason of those dark spot? So we asked, is it TB causes dark spot in liver? So then the doctor said, yes, it is TB only. Then they started giving TB medicine. So since TB medicine, it's again 6-month course. So then from there onwards, we started losing some hopes. And then from there, the temperature never stopped. Like in 24 hours, till the time we are giving the prescribed medicine, like only that is prescribed medicine, high temperature, paracetamol. So if we are giving paracetamol, the temperature was controlled for that 4 hours only, or 5 hours or 6 hours. And again, after that 6 hours, again, the high temperature started coming. So this way, every time it is happening. like third day, fourth day, fifth day, then we see like too much deterioration of health. Then since he was there in what happened, like before that I mentioned like in liver dark spot was there. He was there in hospital only. Means this journey, whatever he was in hospital only. Then we told doctor like since now nothing is going on in treatment part, only antibiotic has been given, is being given. So can we take our patient to our home, and there in our home only we'll give the antibiotics.
Right.
Because you are not giving anything beyond that. Then doctor said, okay, if you can give, then take. So we took to our home and we started giving, but those antibiotics are useless. So those antibiotics are not working at all. So 4 days, 5 days, 6 days, 7 days, it's on time. Then we see like sudden deterioration in health. Then we again shifted to hospital. After 5 days in home, means 7 days hospital, 5 days home, and again after 5 days we came to hospital.
The same hospital.
Same hospital. The whole journey, the whole story of same hospital only, Parkview Super Specialty. Then they said like now we see there is a decrease in SpO2, breathing problem. They said like the patient have to be kept in ventilation. Then we said okay, but we kept on questioning like we are giving all the medicines what you had suggested, but how the health gone to such a like degradation stage, like means how it is degraded within 5 days of time period. Then they couldn't answer anything. They are telling like we are giving the best medicine, we are giving the best medicine, we are giving the best medicine. They kept on saying like that, and at that moment we cannot rush to other hospital also, because since this was all COVID days. So again, if we move to other hospital, they will do COVID test. Again, they will do their own testing. So again, we will start from zero if we shift to another hospital. So with that thought process, we didn't shift to another hospital also. So then they put him in ventilation, and after putting him in ventilation, within not even 24 hours, he expired. But in this whole journey, again, that we haven't mentioned the keyword to him, like that, Papa, you are having cancer. So
when it all started, you said COVID. So when it actually started?
It started in the month of December, and no, actually, since it started only in earlier also, but the main diagnosis happened in the month of December. In the month of December, we came to know like we are in stage 4 aggressive variant
2020.
2020. Yeah, this is 2020 December. Yeah. Then December, January, February, March till March. This was the whole story.
So you did not think about like going for any other treatment, any side treatment maybe?
Side treatment as in?
Integrative treatment like Ayurveda or any other sort of treatment?
Yeah, actually, see, since that was in third cycle only, since the third cycle, like we got what you mentioned, another means you are telling side by side treatment with the chemo Ayurveda. Yeah, we got that suggestion what you were telling now from some friends. We got those suggestions. Give me a second. We got those such type of suggestion from friends and family members that side by side parallelly we should go some Ayurveda. But after that we didn't find that time frame, because we have become, since the patient was so since there he has to be given total of 6 chemotherapy.
Okay, 6 chemotherapies. Okay.
So from we thought of after taking third one, we'll look for that Ayurveda, what
Alternative
you are
option. Okay.
alternative option. So
Mm-hmm.
that chance, I mean, so we didn't get that option.
Okay.
So
What was his age?
69.
That was young. Was young, probably. So, like, can you share how this news was actually disclosed to your family? You told, or who was the one?
Yeah, so since till the family, okay, then since when the doctor told us like he's in, we have to keep him in ventilation, then we thought like, okay, now his condition is very serious. No, everyone is known to us like, okay, he is getting treatment in Kolkata, he is there, and we are looking after him. So on that very day, we called every family member like, okay, now this happened, so now Papa is in ventilation. So if the news, the word ventilation itself means people understood like, okay, now the condition is very serious. So then like everybody got little bit mentally tense or mentally prepared also like, okay, now we have reached such a to an critical stage where we may come back or may not come back. People, so family members started. So then within that only the next very morning, so we have to inform everyone like, okay, we lost it. And then after that we have to just, then we told everyone like, okay, like what was the like, then everyone became like curious now what was the disease was so serious that then we disclosed everything to everybody like we are in stage 4 and this and that.
So, were there any obstacles during this treatment process?
Yeah, obstacle was like, yeah, little bit of financial, because since we went for a private hospital, so they used to have sometimes too many. So in between it happened, but we managed somehow and we went through that journey. So, but maybe we should, yeah, that
So, did you, as a caregiver, have a support system of your own?
support system. Yeah, my family are full supportive because since I'm alone, not able to obviously give the whole financial support, because I had my brother and sister were also there. They were everyone. We all together fight it, but as like it was only known to like me and my elder brother only like two that he is having cancer.
Okay.
He's having disease that everybody knows, but
Yeah,
that keyword was not.
that it was cancer. So, like, what all things actually helped, that the process he was getting recovered. So, what were the things that helped him in recovery from the routine, apart from the routine treatment?
Apart from the routine treatment, what like since he cannot move because he is weak, so I've given him a laptop. So in that, since he used to like not he used to means like he used to like watch like Ramayana series, those epic series. So he used to enjoy that part, and that how we used to make his time pass. And again in morning, I used to take him for morning walk slowly. That is, and then continuously, since this is between like as so it happens like between father son relation. So I used to motivate him like this is nothing. Every like there are so many patients in this world. Everybody are fighting the same thing, and we are also fighting it.
Right.
So I used to tell him we are not alone. Means whatever we are going through, we are not alone. So then he said, okay. Then he used to continuously ask the one question, kept on asking that, मैं ठीक तो हो जाऊंगा ना? Then he said, I used to say, okay, that is not a question, Baba. You will become 100%. You will become cured. That how, apart from means another, this is what happened.
And like how drastically your lifestyle changed, during and after the treatment.
Yeah, during the treatment it little changed, but after the treatment means it changed quite. So during the treatment, since I used to work for an IT company, so since I have to maintain my job also, because since we are emotionally little bit low, so then my thought, what I used to motivate, if I am emotionally low, I should not be financially low also. Like it should not happen that I am not having job also. So I have to maintain that part as well. So if you are MBA means you might be knowing that how hectic in IT time schedule. So in that case, it was little bit challenge for me. Like I used to get break for 1.5 hour, means 1 hour. So I used to take break for 1.5 hour for lunch. So in that 1.5 hour lunch, I used to give him bath, food, everything. So that happened. And in morning before starting my day, I used to finish it morning stuff, like morning breakfast, morning bathroom, everything, brush, teeth brush, everything. Then again in evening, I used to take some break, half an hour. So I used to just talk, sit with him, like this how I used to manage. So means since December, I had no time to go anywhere, no time to talk to anybody. Just I have to do my job and my papa. Job and papa, job and papa. That was my whole life. Means December, January, February, March. And after that, since we lost him, then obviously we got emotional things that happened. Then again, yeah, as the time passes, we used to have to move on.
So how did you manage your professional life? While taking care, you might have deadlines, you might have things to cover up with your job. So how did you manage?
Yeah, as I mentioned, like I used to start my morning work at 10, and again in between I used to take break. And again, like since in IT there is like Saturday, Sunday we have off days. Saturday. So if I knew like on Monday, Tuesday, I will be doing these tasks. So what I used to do, I used to finish those tasks in Saturday and Sunday itself, but I did not inform the managers that I have finished these tasks. I will just used to inform them on that very day itself that yeah, it is done. That
So you
how,
could get extra time for your father.
yeah, because since Saturday, Sunday was there, so this idea was given by one of my friends that dude, you can do like this. Like since you are having shortage of crunch of time, so why don't you use your Saturday, Sunday? So I used work for Saturday, Sunday also, so that I can have time on weekdays.
So you did not inform your like manager probably about what is happening with your father.
Yeah, I informed, but they could not help like this. Either I have to take leave.
Okay.
So if I take leave, so they can give a paid salary leave till 1 month. Then again after that, it will be unpaid leave.
Okay.
So as I said, like I don't want to be financially low as I was emotionally low. So that's how I managed.
So if you're comfortable, so can you share the most cherished memory of you with him, or you have of them?
Yeah, actually there are a lot of cherished memory. So since we are in like hometown, as I said, our hometown was in Purulia. So actually I did my almost all the means schooling and graduation, whatever I did from hostel itself. So whenever I used to come home, I used to get special treatment, like all extra care, everything, like
Mhm.
whatever if I ask him for anything, first he will say no, I will not give you, but the next day he will bring it for me. So that what used to me like very, in front of me he'll say no, I will not give you, but two or after 3 days I will see like it is there in home itself.
That's who the father is. So, like, there are many patients and caregivers with us who are
Mhm.
still going through the similar journey. And so, if you could say one thing to them, what would it be? Any message to them?
Yeah, my message would be like motivation, and the caregiver how he is like giving, obviously they are giving attention, but the discussion between them,
Mhm.
whatever the discussion, as I said, the discussion, obviously they use the most frequent question would be, will I be cured or not? As I said, my papa also said, मैं ठीक तो हो जाऊंगा ना, what it is happening to me. Then how that caregiver is giving the reply to him, that is the most, like it might vary from person to person.
Mhm.
So in my case, I find that is suitable, like that papa, so many people have happened, so many people having happening, and we are grown up now, we can do the things, so you don't have to take any tension, so you are okay, you have nothing has happened to you. You used to say you have nothing has happened to you, it's something, a small disease which has caused you weakness.
Mhm.
So, and the doctor also appreciated for this, like that, yeah, in stage 4, if you can motivate someone like nothing has happened to you, it is something infection which caused you weakness. So if that belief comes,
Mhm.
if the caregivers can make a belief in him or her, then I think that is the best what I can give as per my experience.
Thank you so much, Biswajeet, for your time. Thank you for talking with me. Thank you for sharing your journey with me. And this was really inspirational.
Thanks, Namisa, for having me.